And that's what a top player on this list is able to do. Even if they're not getting the production that they're used to, like you talked about, historic production so far in his career. Yeah. Most receiving yards through 3 seasons, most receptions through 3 seasons, record after record after record.
Top five.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd episode of
The Countdown.
We're ranking the top 5 players in the NFL right now.
And the key word is right now. This isn't the NFL MVP award, which is mainly quarterback-centric. This is the best players in the NFL right now. And a lot of people like to categorize this to the most important positions, like quarterback, offensive tackle, cornerback, wide receiver. But fuck that. This is just the top 5 players in the NFL right now.
Yeah, exactly. Just like how the players have their top 100 list every year, this is going to be mostly based on 2022, which is why you won't see guys like Aaron Donald or beasts like TJ Watt. But, of course, track record does play a part. So without further ado, we're going to get into number 5, starting out with the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Who could have seen Jalen Hurts be on this list before the season? I don't even think the most optimistic Eagles fan could have predicted Jalen Hurts having a better season than Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, all these guys. But that's exactly what he did, and we got to put respect on Jalen Hurts' name after having an MVP caliber season. Of course, he did get hurt down the stretch, very similar to their last MVP candidate, Carson Wentz, half a decade ago. And to see Jalen Hurts step up his game from a passing perspective, we always knew the legs were there. We always knew he was going to be a rush touchdown machine, which he took even further this year. But to see what he did from the pocket, dicing up defenses, being able to make precision passes down the field in the intermediate game, and it really, I think, credit has to go to Howie Roseman for putting the right pieces around him, adding A.J. Brown, going up and trading up for Devontae Smith, seeing him take a step in year 2, putting Myles Sanders in the backfield around him, putting Dallas Goedert in the tight end 1 spot and trading away Ertz so he can shine, putting the best offensive line in front of Jalen Hurts. No disrespect to Hurts, but he probably is in the best position to succeed of any quarterback, and we saw him take advantage of that and absolutely thrive this season, and that's why he's on this list.
Yeah, that's funny you said that, Rob. It's mainly about like the weapons around Jalen Hurts, and that's one of the biggest differences between him and players like the Chicago Bears quarterback. Because, I mean, the team has done a terrible job in Chicago building the players around him compared to what Howie Roseman has been able to do in Philly. And like you said, Rob, we all knew that Jalen Hurts can run. He has 13 rushing touchdowns this year. But the way that he has sat in the pocket this year and delivered dimes after dimes after dimes, he's really elevated to a different level. And this is something you don't always see from second-round quarterbacks this early in their career. And that's really a testament to Howie Roseman and the city of Philadelphia and the way they have backed and surrounded our number 5 player on this list. But without anything else to say, we're going to go on to number 4. And number 4 is Trent Williams. Trent Williams is a generational talent. Number 1, he's 34 years old, and he might be the most athletic player in the NFL pound for pound. He's an elite run blocker, an elite pass blocker, and he's one of the key cogs in why the San Francisco 49ers are so successful. That's a run-first team, and you got people like Trent Williams leaning or just creating massive holes and pulling and getting around and getting to the 3rd level and getting to safeties and the 2nd level and just cutting off linebackers before they could even get a proper angle for the pursuit to make the play. But Trent Richardson just does it all at a very, very high level.
Yeah, Trent Williams is a fucking beast. Let's be honest. Like, what he does in the trenches is, like you said, the catalyst of Kyle Shanahan's offense. The way that they try to stretch defenses from left to right, up and down, and it really starts with that run game and being able to pull from one side to another, being able to withstand blocks and hold the edges and be able to just completely dominate the opposition, putting guys on their ass, pancaking dudes left and right, and just being a fucking beast down in the trenches and letting people know I'm the best offensive lineman in the league. I'm going to create holes for my guys. I might even block 2 guys in one place sometimes. That's how great Trent Williams is. And even though he's an offensive lineman, which doesn't necessarily get the shine that these other positions do, that's why he's on this list, because he's probably a 99 overall type of player on Madden,
no question,
like the rest of these players are. And so moving on to number 3, we stay in the Bay, we stay in the trenches, but on the other side of the ball, and we're talking about Nick Bosa, most likely the defensive player of the year after a fucking standout campaign. The way he was able to really step up, before probably known more as a baby Bosa, But he wasn't a baby this year. He
Hell
let people
no.
know he's a grown adult, and he was a monster. Being able to just attack the backfield, spin moves, bull rushes, stunts coming on the inside, just getting in the backfield any way possible. And it wasn't only in the pass game. He was great in the run game as well, making tackles for losses, making plays behind the line of scrimmage, and just setting the tone for the #1 defense in the NFL.
100%. And iron sharpens iron. Our number 4 player on the list and number 3 player on the list go at it all offseason. And obviously those are 2 of the best premier edge tackle players in the entire league. Joey Bosa is a fucking monster. Not Joey, Nick Bosa.
Yeah, right.
Joey Bosa's been out most of the season, and his brother Nick Bosa has really taken his game to the next level. A league-leading 18.5 sacks. Like you said, Rob, on the #1 defense in the league. He does it in a myriad of different ways, with power, with finesse, spin moves, stunts. He's really just truly taken this game to a different level. Like we said, 18.5 sacks. Has to be the front runner for the DPOY award, and he's truly earned it. Just like our player that's coming in at number 2 on the list, Justin Jefferson.
El Jefe.
El Jefe. Justin Jefferson came in the league and really has taken it by storm. His first year, 1,400 yards. His second year, 1,600-plus yards. And this year, 1,800-plus yards to lead the league in total yards or receiving yards and receptions. And Justin Jefferson has actually came in 6th place this year in the NFL record most receiving yards in a season. I mean, he's behind some of the best players in NFL history. And honestly, the trajectory that he's on right now is he could be the greatest receiver of all time. Like I said, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600 yards, or 1,400, 1,600, 1,800 yards. Justin Jefferson, he's really arguably one of the best players in the NFL. Like, he does it all from a route running perspective. He really keeps a massive distance between the cornerbacks that are trying to check him. The only time he's been able to stop this year is with massive safety help and massive double teams like the Eagles did early on this year, like the Packers were able to do this past couple of weeks or towards the end of the year. He's a double team type of guy, and he's really got the tools to be one of the greatest of all time.
And even when they do shut him down like that, that opens up all these opportunities for other guys. So he's still impacting the game, and that's what a top player on this list is able to do. Even if they're not getting the production that they're used to, like you talked about, historic production so far in his career. Yeah. Most receiving yards through 3 seasons, most receptions through 3 seasons, record after record after record, what he's been able to do so far with not a Mahomes at quarterback, not a Josh Allen at quarterback. We're talking about Kirk Cousins here, and he's helping Kirk Cousins become one of the more upper echelon type of guys in the league because of his ability to, like you said, break down routes, get off the press, get open and make it easy for whoever's back there throwing him the ball. And just what he's been able to do so far in his career has been fantastic. And what he did this year was really elevate his game, kind of took over the Cooper Kupp role of being the top receiver in the league, breaking Randy Moss's franchise record. We're talking about Randy Moss, man. And Justin Jefferson has already done that, and that was without even the 17 games. So there's no asterisk on that one. And what Justin Jefferson's been able to do is just showing, like you said, how he could become one of, if not the greatest receiver of all time if he continues on this track.
100%.
And that's kind of very similar to our #1 player on the countdown, Patrick Mahomes. Likely the MVP, another guy who's had a historic start to his career and might go down as one of the greatest ever based on what he's done so far early in his career. And there's really been no slowing him down. Last year, he kind of struggled for a few weeks with this two-shell deep safety coverage with Tyreek Hill and that, and they completely re-revolutionized the offense around a different myriad of weapons. Of course, Travis Kelce is still the #1 guy, but Mahomes has still been able to dice up defenses, and he ended up setting the NFL record for the most total yards in a season, which is probably a big case of why he's going to be the MVP this year, and taking a team that doesn't really have a true #1 receiver and getting the most out of them, getting guys like Justin Watson touches, helping Kadarius Toney bring back his career, helping Juju Smith become successful, Marquez Valdes-Scantling having a solid year, just doing it with different weapons every week and still continuing to allow Travis Kelce to be the best tight end in the league, of course. It just really shows the dominance that their offense can have no matter who's out there, as long as 15's back there taking the signals.
Yeah, I mean, 15 is a different animal. And like you said, Rob, he lost his leading receiver. Obviously, he still has Travis Kelce, but he had new guys coming in, Juju, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Sky Moore, a lot of different guys that they went and acquired for him this offseason, and you never heard Patrick Mahomes complain once. He goes out there, he executes the offense, he throws sidearm dimes, he throws behind the back dimes. His legs are fucking crazy. It doesn't matter. Like, he dominates in every single aspect of the game. The other week, he ran and tiptoed down the sideline, went full extension and got into the end zone. Like, Patrick Mahomes' dominance reaches every single aspect of the game. The way that defensive coordinators have to come in and game plan at a different level to even just get him to show at least a little bit amount of timidness, it's almost impossible. His brain, like I said, his legs, his arm, he's the unquestioned best player in the NFL this year. Patrick Mahomes, record breaker. He's Patty Mahomes.
He's that guy.
He's that guy.
And that's why he's number one. And those are our top 5 players of the NFL right now after the 2022 season. We'll see how things shake out going forward. And the number one place for you to buy jerseys is fangearnation.com. You can check the link in the description and down below. Get great deals and for a great price. Can't beat it. And so really great countdown today, ranking down the top 5 players in the NFL right now on the gridiron. And, of course, you can create your own rankings as well. You can go to the link in the description to break down your own rankings because we're going to have our opinions, and you can have yours too. So break those down as well. Share us. Hit the comments. Hit the likes.
Fangear Nation's where it's at.